Hey, you're back with me, the SoloGamer, and I was just in the middle of thinking about where to put my second cave-in token. I know I'm going to put one there, and that's pretty good because I can hit 2 people with that. I could put one here and hit him with that, and that's probably what I'm going to try to do. That way I can try to incur the most damage. Let me see something here. Okay, so let's do our leaders thing. Okay, well, he does not suffer a wound. And then we'll do the heavy specialist. Okay, he's at 3. He does suffer a wound. And then we have our reconnaissance guy. Let's see how many wounds if he suffers a wound. He does not suffer a wound. Okay. Now we have dodge. Well, we can't do that one yet, so that's it for the overseer. So it's going to be our hero's turn. Let's move our thing to 3. And let me shuffle the cards and see who's going to go in what order. Okay, so the team leader decides he's going to go in first order. So let me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Get rid of all these. All right, and let me give the overseer our adrenaline. And that way we can get a new stance. And although it's been fairly quiet, we've been, 2 wounds already on some guys. And that kind of stuff. And, the cave-in, I could put anywhere as long as it wasn't on the same space as the hero or on the same space as like a vent or something like this. And I could put it like that. I could have put that here, I guess, and it would have cost these guys extra movement point, but I decided to try to put it here to cost some extra movement point to get in there because they're already going to take 1 wound to hit the corrosive gas. So why make it just as I thought it would make it harder for them. So anyways, the team leader, he is going to move here and he is going to take 1 damage. As well as spend an adrenaline point. But first, let's see what his stance is. His stance is going to be reckless advance. Your melee attacks cost 1 adrenaline instead of the normal amount. We'll move 1 black die from your ranged weapons. And I'm not too happy with that, but okay. So he's going to spend 1. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll spend 1 token to investigate, and maybe he'll find a good card here. And this is flashbang grenade. Okay, then he's going to spend, of course, 1 adrenaline to look at the door. And this is a short circuit. The commander who opens this door takes a wound. Okay, so not only does he have to take a wound for the gas, which he does, he takes a wound for the short circuit. So let's see what we got in this room. Well, we know we have the control panel, okay, which is going to go, we're going to put that right here. And then we have a flanking party. 3 rogue clones get put in that room. Okay, so we'll put them here. Okay, so we did that. Okay, now he will spend 1 adrenaline to get the hell away from that gas. 1, 2, 3, 4. And your melee attacks cost 1 adrenaline. Okay, so he's going to be able to spend 1 more adrenaline and do a melee attack on one of those guys. So let's go ahead and do that. And he has a melee attack of 3 black dice. Not the greatest, but what are you gonna do? Oh, 3 hits. That's good enough. So he takes out one of those guys. Okay, now let's look at some rules real quick here. And it says, alright, After the room containing the control panel objective is revealed, spawn a fear hunter for free at the enemy passage who numbers the match in the location type of the objective. Alright, so we're going to put a fear hunter on the enemy passage kind of next to this cave-in. That's where it's going to end up going, and so the fear hunter is going to go right there. Okay, so that's what we got. And then of course, let me see if it says anything about during the 6th round, flip the commando passage over on its red side. Okay, spawn a fear hunter there. We won't have to worry about that. After the secondary timer token has been placed on the round tracker, the overseer can open one door. Okay, well we're not close to that yet, so we're all right. All right. Okay. So, number 2 is our reconnaissance specialist. And he will have reckless advance as well, and that's 4. He can move. Now he's way the hell back here, and I don't want to stir up any movement points as much, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 2. Now that fear hunter is kind of in there. 1, 2, 3. That's 3. And he will attack the fear hunter. Alright. You can perform an attack action. After you perform an attack action, move 1 space. Well, alright. Okay, so he will roll his die, and he's going to attack the fear hunter. Okay, well, that's 4. Alright, so the fear hunter on this game, the card's a little different, but as you can see for this mission, it's 5 and 7. That means at least it's got to have 5 hits to wound it. He did not get any hits, and so that is the end of his turn. That was not a good turn for him. Number 3 is the support specialist, the heavy one. Okay, and so let's see what he'll have. Hustle 3. You can move through enemy figures. Okay, well he's 1, 2, 3. That's an adrenaline. 1. 2, 3. And then he's going to spend another adrenaline to go right here. So that'll be 3 adrenaline since he can move through enemy figures. And then he will spend another 2 to attack our fear hunter there. Okay, well, I just looked at something on the fear hunter. If you're in 2 spaces, so he can't attack. He has to increase his adrenaline, so he can't attack. And this guy shouldn't have been able to attack either. You have to increase, if you're within 2 spaces of a fear hunter, you have to increase your adrenaline by an extra point for every movement you do. So that is pretty damn bad. Okay, so let's do number 4. Our guy here, the countermeasure specialist, and he has reckless advance. Immediately attacks costs 1 adrenaline instead of the normal amount. Okay, that may not be bad. So that's 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it's going to cost him 2 adrenaline to do that, and it's going to cost him 2 adrenaline to melee attack. And that's going to be his adrenaline. Okay, and I don't think we're going to be able to hit on this guy, but no, we didn't. Alright, so that was no good. And then last but not least is our rifleman. Alright, cautious advance. Okay, 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Actually, he will go there. So he's not within the 2 spaces. So he will try to make a ranged attack on the guy. Roll an additional die for attacks made with the M18. He has the marksmanship, so he's going to get 2 red and 3 black. He might be able to hit it this time. 1 2 3 4, and that is a big freaking miss. Oh my goodness. Do we have something that can, maybe he's leadership? Keep your head down. Jeez, man, that went terrible. Nope. Don't have anything that would help. And because I didn't get a hit, I didn't use dodge. Oh man, so the overseer's kind of put in a little bit of a bind either. Anyway, so okay, so it's the overseer phase. Let's get rid of our adrenaline here. 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5. It's not going to matter. I probably should have did the dodge earlier, but okay, because I can do charge next, but the Fear Hunter's still going to get to attack, and so are my little clones here. Alright, so let's start with our little rogue clones here, and we're going to activate this one. He's going to attack, and he does, look at that, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Holy shit. His defense is 4, so he takes 2 more damage, and man, 1 more damage and he's down. And speaking of 1 more damage, we're going to activate this guy. That's going to be an adrenaline, and he's going to attack. And that, thank God, is a miss. Alright, so that was a miss. And now our Fear Hunter is going to attack. Now, our Fear Hunter is going to cost us 3 adrenaline to activate. And, alright. This figure can make 2 attacks when activated for a combat activation. So guess what? He gets to make 2 attacks. And let me see. I'm probably going to have him attack the Heavy Specialist twice because the Heavy Specialist is hurt. And he gets to roll 4 red dice. So let's see what happens with this. 4 red dice. The Heavy Specialist has a defense of 4. Okay, it's 1 2 3 4 5. He takes another wound. Okay, and he gets attacked again. And that is 3. That is not enough to hit him. Okay. So now it is our hero phase, and let's give the Overseer his adrenaline that he's going to deserve. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle up the cards. And then it'll be our hero's turn. And man, that team leader, oof, he needs some help. And then we'll come back. Okay, so the team leader's definitely going to go first this time, and we're just going to go ahead and see what stance he's got. And he's got a reckless advance. He has 4 adrenaline. Your melee attacks cost 1 adrenaline instead of the normal amount. Okay, that's good, because he's going to use his knife to start going after these guys. Okay, that's 3, and that's a big miss. And that's a big miss. Jesus Christ. Oh, when your speed is 4 or higher, roll 1 additional red die when attacking with this weapon. My bad. Okay. I didn't read that. Alright, so let me do that again. We'll start. Okay, so that's 4. So that clone is out. Alright, that's only going to cost him 1 adrenaline. And he's going to attack this clone right here. Wow, that was a good hit. He takes that clone out. That's only going to cost him 1 adrenaline there. Then we're going to move him 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, here comes the control panel. That's 1 action. Now, what it says to do when you find the control panel, it says is to begin venting the enemy atmosphere, a commando must be on the control panel ejector tile and increase adrenaline by 1 to perform a 3 intelligence action. If this challenge is passed, place the secondary timer token on the first space of the round tracker with the green side face up. If the token is green at the start of the timer phase, move it 1 space up. Okay, so he's going to try that. We're going to move the intelligence. His intelligence is god awful. But if we get lucky, we can pass that. Alright, we did get lucky and pass that. Okay, so what's going on now? And we spend an adrenaline to do that. That is his adrenaline right there. That's 4. He is venting. Okay, so he's venting the thing. Place the secondary timer token on the first space of the round tracker with the green side face up. Alright, let's make that the crescent point there. Can't knock it off. Alright, so it's on there, the green side face up. Alright, what's going to happen is, if the token is green at the start of the timer phase, which would be, you know, the next hero phase, move it up 1 space. When the secondary timer reaches 4, the air is vented, so we basically have to stay 4 rounds there. There's vented. If there's no active commando and there's at least 1 clone, he can spend 2 adrenaline to stop the process. The overseer can. If the process is stopped, flip the secondary token over to the red side. Okay. After the atmosphere has been vented, the air processors must be disabled. The commando must be on the control panel objective marker and increases adrenaline by 1 to perform a 4 intelligence test. Action to disable the air processors. Okay, now that doesn't seem too bad, but when that thing gets to 4, that's when the overseer, after the secondary timer has been placed on the round tracker, the overseer can open 1 door. So it's been placed on there, so the overseer phase now can start opening 1 door per turn. Okay, so now you know this place is going to start filling up. Alright, so let's go. We have the reconnaissance specialist. He's right here. Let's see what he has. Reckless advance, and he's going to have to spend 3 adrenaline to attack. After you perform an attack, move 1 space. Well, he's not going to do that. And let's see here. He's going to use spin. Might as well. He's going to use another adrenaline to spin spotter to get an extra red die. So he's going to roll all these dies. See if we can hurt the fear hunter. Okay, that was a god-awful roll. That was 4. That is still not good enough. So the reconnaissance specialist is hurting, and this is not going good. So number 3 is the rifleman. And, of course, he's right there. And let's see what he has. Okay, he has the M501 or the M18. Roll an additional red die for all attacks made with the M18. Okay. Double time. You can move 1 without increasing your adrenaline. Now, unfortunately for this guy, though, he's going to have to spend 3 adrenaline just to even make 1 attack because of that fear hunter. Alright. But he does get another red die. Okay, looks like we got this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. So our fear hunter takes a wound. He has 4 health. Okay, but that's it for the rifleman. Alright, now we go to the big guy, and let's see what he has. Cautious advance. Okay. Alright. If attacking with your M62. Alright, so let's see here. The M62 is going to cost him 3 adrenaline to attack, but he'll spend it because it's 2 red and 3 black. Maybe he can get a good wound on this guy as well. And that's a miss. And he's going to spend another 3 adrenaline. And that's a freaking miss. Good God almighty. These rolls are not going good for my heroes. Alright, and the last one's turn is the countermeasure spin.